Hi there. Jennifer here. You know, consistency is one of the operative words in healing trauma and being happy. You know, it is said freedom isn't free, and I will attest to that because we can be happy, but we need to do some work to get there. We need to be consistent with our bedtime, getting to bed at the same time, getting up at the same time, being consistent with self-nurturing, taking care of ourselves, whether it's through meditation on a daily basis, Kundalini yoga, breath work, kind thoughts and words. There's a few things that we need to be consistent with every single day. You know how it feels when we are not appreciated. Well, think about how your cells feel when you are not appreciating yourself. So self-love, gratitude, compassion, kind thoughts, that's positive, loving thoughts towards yourself. Be your biggest cheerleader. And of course, the other thing is, if you say it, do it. If you say, yes, I'm going to be at that place, I'm going to go to that party, go. If you've committed, follow through. Because if you don't, you'll feel shame. Here's the other one. If someone says something, don't be silent. If you are hurt, if your feelings are bruised and battered, if you feel disrespected, speak up, because the other person has no clue what we feel if we don't say anything. You know, just the other day, I had somebody be quite officious with me looking for my ID. My hand was in my purse and he was badgering me. I said, what do you think my hand is in my purse for? I'm looking for my ID right now. And so saying nothing allows mistreatment to continue. We have to speak up. That's what this is for. That's what our mouth is for, speaking up. We don't want to be mute. And I know I did that for about 30 years. When we've been trained by our parents to be silent, and there are lots of parents that silence us, we get into the habit of not speaking up for ourselves, not self-advocating, and that's imperative. All right, so if your background, if your family of origin was unstable, you grew up in a dysfunctional family, you had a narcissistic parent or a parent that exploded, maybe was bipolar or an alcoholic, then you never knew which side of them was going to show up. That left you feeling insecure, unstable, disorganized mind, and so we need to counteract all of those things and heal the past. It can be done. I can attest to that. So how do we do that? We want a secure attachment style so we can learn how to trust ourselves and trust others if we surround ourselves with people we can trust, that we're not afraid of. But when we are surrounded by people that are scary, have emotional outbursts, then we are neglecting ourselves, putting ourselves in danger. So you don't want to be doing that. So choose to commit to yourself. Choose consistent self-care, consistent gratitude, consistent meditation and exercise, consistent positive thoughts, compassion, being kind to yourself, advocating for yourself, speaking your truth with compassion. You don't have to be mean about it. And rather than seeking that tit for tat, that scorekeeping, that is a childish and immature way of communicating. So we want to communicate like adults, and that is that when I hear blank, I feel this. So in other words, instead of pointing the finger at the other person, you do this to me, that puts them on the defensive. Instead, we want to say, it works a lot better this way. When I hear these words, or when I hear this tone, I feel. So what you're doing is taking personal responsibility for your feelings, as opposed to blaming the other person for making you feel a certain way. because our emotions are our responsibility, not anyone else's. All right, my dears, so remember, consistency is key. We need to be consistent with our bedtime, with self-care, self-nurturing, positive thoughts, compassion, gratitude, meditation. It sounds like a lot, but I'm telling you, if you get into a routine, it becomes second nature. And when you're not following your routine, you feel out of balance. Consistency is key. Thanks for watching. Much love to you. And remember, my website, JenniferElizabethMasters.com, has free resources, a free download for anxiety. I hope that you will enjoy those free gifts. Much love.